And good morning, there we are. My voice is tolerable this morning, so I'm going to make a morning walk video. Maybe it will improve a little as we walk together. But the sun is unfortunately pretty bright, even though it's still very early. It's just barely 8 o'clock here. But I wanted to talk about how wonderful the Shieldings event was. And just how lovely the feeling was to be around people that were positive and building things together. It's quite the thing. It is quite the thing. Speaking of quite the thing, did you see that my some of my neighbors here in the holler are building a new barn? These guys' farm is really taking off. They've got ducks and chickens, they got horses, and now I think they're going to start growing something. I don't know exactly what, but it's pretty cool. So anyway. I'm not sick. For those of you who may not know, I went to a really big social event with organized, moral, positive-minded dissidents. People who do not view the current MO of politics and business to be any path to success. I'm talking parallel builders, Christians, Mises libertarians, those kind of people. The kind of folks I've been associating with and building with a lot. And it was a really wonderful event because I got to see growth from last year. Last February, so a year and a half ago, I went to the same event with the same people. It was the first time they had this event in America, and this year was the second one. It was maybe 60 or 70% of the people that were here this year were here last year. And these people are building families, they're raising children in a safe, wholesome, healthy environment, either homeschooling, private Christian schooling. Now, they're not all Christians. Some are like pagan, true types, and that's fine with me as long as people are on the same team and support my morals, I suppose you could say. I'm fine with being allies with people that aren't my religion. That's fine. And these people were celebrating the network and the community that we're building. And you guys remember how just recently I had Ernst Van Ziel on my channel earlier this year to talk about building something like AfriForum here. Well, it feels like that's happening. About 20 of the guys that I know that I talk to a lot, Ryan Turnipseed, Paul Fahrenheit, my buddy Red Hawk, Raging Mandrill, excuse me, Charlemagne, Prudentialist, Jay Burden, Radical Liberation, Stephen Carson, or not Carson, yeah, I think it's his name, Carson. They started, and there's a couple of more that I'm blanking on right now, I don't know why. But anyway, they started the Old Glory Club, which is an American fraternity. And this fraternity has a goal of creating nodes of moral, positive-minded dissidents who want to build community, build business. There's a car coming, and there it goes. Nodes of young men, or anybody really, that want to build parallel, build within whatever communities they live in. And it's not just getting friends together, it's actually building things. The people at this event, they're building infrastructure. These people are electricians. These people are important men in their own church or school community, in church or social communities. They want to build schools, trade, agriculture, that kind of thing. And it's wonderful getting to talk to these people and see that I'm not alone and see that there are lots and lots of intelligent, dedicated people who are racially aware, politically aware, culturally aware, taking constructive, positive action to build together. And it's just great. It's very uplifting. That's why a couple years ago, remember last year, I changed all my banners to recapture our destiny, we must build community. And that's what I'm doing. And I want you to do that too. Join whatever groups or friendships that you, or build whatever friendships you can make around you with positive-minded people that want to build constructively. And if you don't know any, well, go out and find some. A good way to do that is to get involved with, I don't know, charity work through churches. Try to find a church that specifically They won't use our language. They won't say, you know, we're against anti-whiteism or whatever, but find a church group or a social group or something where you are that does things and is explicit about not wanting to be what they might call against, or what they might label as they don't want to be leftists or woke or whatever. Try to find those people. They exist. They're out there in America, lots of them. Network and build with those people. And man, I wish my voice was better. I'd be I wish I had a better voice today. It's kind of broken still. But anyway. Oh man, that sun is so bright. So the energy that I feel, the hope and the passion that I feel when I go to these meetings, it's not just a temporary emotional thing. The emotional energy and positivity I got 14 or 15 months ago at the last meeting, that carried me till this meeting. And now I'm even more energized and more hopeful and more positive than I was, because I meet people who actually care and know the things I know and have experienced the things I've experienced, and they haven't let that get them down. They're positive. They believe that we're going to win. We're going to build the future that our progeny will inherit. We're going to build a better country from the ground up. We're going to do it for our people. We're going to do it for the glory of God. These are the kind of people that I want to be associated with, and they're the kind of people you should be associated with too. Find those people where you live, even if it's just one guy. Get involved, start doing something positive. Anything. Even if it's just helping your community repair fences and potholes in roads, or helping people get food that need food in your local area. Anything. Start getting busy. Get connected. Build with others. Just like Jason talks about building Go Free clubs, right? Do that. Do anything that is positive and constructive and gets people together in person and builds real connections, because that's how it starts. And then these groups are going to network together and we'll actually have something. Oh, it's so beautiful here. Look, it's summertime, so the weeds are all built up, but man, what a beautiful view. Let's take this in for a minute. It sure is lovely to live in an Appalachian Shire. And speaking of Appalachian Shire, I had a really good idea at the event this week, and I wanted to tell you guys about. I've been thinking about what I can do, not just for money, but what I can do for peace of mind and for fulfillment as I get older. Since, you know, I'm an intersex eunuch, I can't have kids. I don't have, you know, the same kind of family connections that normal people have. And my husband, I had to choose somebody that, you know, is not top of the charts, you know, in quality of partner. Car coming. There we go. I had to choose somebody that was what I could get, and he's probably not going to live as long as I'll live if I take care of myself. And I've been wanting to have something that matters, that I can get fulfillment from if I live to be 80 or 90, like most people in my family. And most of the men in my husband's family die in their 50s and 60s. So I want to have something real, something good. And I got to talking. There's another car coming. My goodness, the road is busy today. I wonder why. This is when I usually do my morning walk, and there's almost never this many cars. Anyway, I got to talking to guys at the event, and an idea just sort of came to me. Bed and breakfast things are really big right now, and probably will be for quite some time. I have land coming to me, around 17 acres, and if my cousins want to sell to me, I can up that to 30. And about half, or maybe a little less than half of that land is in beautiful forested mountains. You can't really get a good view of them from here, but it's that way, over that ridge, and then another ridge. So can't really show it good now. Maybe I'll show it in the future. But it will be a wonderful place to have a bed and breakfast. And I don't know about how the tax and the zoning and stuff works, but the idea that I had, and if it would work, is have one small house that I could live in, maybe a bedroom, I mean, a 1-bedroom, and then either 1 or 2 sitting room and lounge rooms. And I could build it like a tavern. And I make a bunch of little outbuildings, maybe 4 or 5, that are simple little cabin lodgings, and build it up in the woods in my property. And since nobody has built for like 2 miles back into the woods on the other side, I could even build a gun range. So I could have like a based Appalachian Airbnb with its own tavern where I'm the tavern keep and we got a gun range out back. Now, that's a sweet ass idea. I don't know if that could come to fruition. In the upcoming months, I'm going to be talking to people in the local area, seeing what it would cost to build that kind of thing, seeing what kind of tax stuff I would have to know, and if having multiple properties to sleep in would change the kind of tax bracket or what kind of property would have to be considered. I don't really know about that stuff because I've never looked into that. But the guys I talked to at the event said that is a totally reasonable idea. And if I could get that together, not only would it be fun and fulfilling for me, since I like socializing and I like meeting people and that, but I could be a node in a network of friends that are racially aware, politically aware, and since my property would only be about a 20-minute drive off of a major interstate, it'd be a great place for people that go to meetings like this last one that we had to come and stay, to visit me. I could even host meetings at my own tavern. I could even host a Go Free Club at my own tavern with my own rooms for people to come and visit. And so this whole idea just sort of came to me all at once when we were talking about what we could all build together. And I love it. I love this idea. And I'm going to roll that around in my head. And I've already talked to my mother. She's on board with it, since technically she's the one that owns the land right now, but it's deeded to me when she passes. But she would let me build on it and do stuff with it now. So it's effectively mine already. So I could even get this started into the year or next year if I get everything together. And I probably could get a business loan, I would imagine, to help me get all this started. So I could also look around the various communities I'm in and try to find some financial backers, something like that. But I don't know about how that's going to shape up yet, but I wanted to tell you guys about that wonderful idea because it makes me happy. It's something that I could build, something that I could have that's not just mine, but maybe a little profitable, and gives me a great way to host my own events, to have people come over and sit with me, to visit friends that are traveling up and down the Eastern Seaboard. And I just think that's a great idea. So that's something that came from the event this weekend. And it was great to have Jason Kuna, the No White Guilt guy. It was great to have him at an event and expose him to a lot of racially aware, moral-minded people who weren't, married to the old ways, who talk about a different kind of thing and want to build something positive and constructive together. And me and Jason had a great time, and I encourage some of you guys to maybe come to the next one. But anyway, I don't want to push my voice too hard. Unfortunately, my voice didn't get much better on the walk, but I feel good, and I've rested up, so I'm feeling great, but my voice still ain't where it needs to be yet. There definitely will be a Discord at Dragons this coming Monday night, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. I love you. I want you to take care of yourself and love yourself, and I want you to build what you can with positive, good-minded people around you, because that's what we all got to do. So I'm going to leave you with this beautiful visage here of the sun coming through the trees. Have a great weekend. God bless, and I'll see y'all Monday night for Discordant Dragons.